Yeah, conservative pastor holds witchcraft book burning event targeting Harry Potter.
Look what the world is coming to.
That's similar to that Nigerian tourism guide who's saying that our lines are turning gay because a lot of gay tourists. See, Christians also they take the cake, don't they?
They really take the biscuit, mate. The book burning comes as school districts around the country ban various titles. Listen, Horace, wouldn't you argue, like, some parts of, like, even Harry Potter, I'm not a really big fan of Twilight, but Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, they are more ingenious than the Quran in so many bits. Like, there was a whole new language invented, Elvish, or is it called Elvish for Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
But the concept, or just
Elves.
Elves, I think they speak Elvish in that, which is an actual language. Which
it was all invented. It was all created from scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole language.
It was based on a different number of languages that he meshed together to create this language. But yeah, so this is what they're doing there. So as debates around book banning and critical race theory rage around the country, a Tennessee pastor has encouraged his congregation to go after a different set of titles, burning works from the Harry Potter and Twilight series, as well as supposed occult materials. Greg Locke of the Global Vision Bible Church in the city of Mount Juliet outside of Nashville hosted congregants on Wednesday for a book burning. So people out there burning the Quran and stuff, and people go crazy. They're literally doing the same thing with proper good works of fiction here. And they think that their Bible is like some... I don't know. This is crazy. Okay, ahead of the event, he encouraged them to listen to what he's asked them to bring copies of their wildly popular fantasy books, as well as tarot cards, Ouija boards, healing crystals, idol statues, spell books, and everything else tied to the occult. We have a constitutional right, he said, and a biblical right. Why, of course you do. God's always on your side, mate. Always. We have a biblical right to do what we're going to do tonight. He said at the event, which was recorded on video, we have a burn permit. How do you even apply for one of them? We have a burn permit. Dear sirs, I'm writing to you to inquire about a burn permit for the following. At
least they're organised, like they're applying for a permit, and at least they did an organised manner.
He probably did the Harry Potter quiz online and got Slytherin and was like, F this, let's burn this stuff. So yeah, he went about the bureaucracy in the right way, I'll give him that much. But he goes, we have a burn permit, but even without one, a church has a religious right to burn occultic materials that they deem are a threat to their religious rights and freedoms and belief system. If everyone else started doing what this man is doing and just started burning everything that was a threat to what you hold as your truth and your reality and your divine wisdom, there would be no books left in this world.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I don't even know what the rest of the article says. I just thought that was crazy.
Well, I think that's enough.
Yeah.
It just tells you that how religion basically kills your brain cells. Religions inherently, fair enough, they're only protesting, but that's how it starts, yeah? Religions inherently are totalitarian in nature. They demand just their way, or the highway, or the guillotine, or, firing squad, or whatever. It's just that we have gone away from that so much so that they don't have that power. Charles Martel and, the whole of Dark Ages are filled with stories of how they beheaded people in the name of Christianity. I'm talking about early Dark Ages, just immediately after the fall of Roman Empire. When France was forming a country, when the France, it just tells you that religions basically demand full control, full authority. And you see that it's not necessarily just Islam is bad. Christianity can be just as bad. We've got the Dark Ages to prove that. We have that. Yes, there was something that happened. It was that's when the butterfly effect, the Gutenberg printing press is such a key event. Such a key event. Again, that was done to spread the scripture, and it just kind of backfired. It's kind of like, these people are now, they're like,
they understand what they're reading.
Yeah, the Muslim clerics are so happy that they're like, yay, we've got YouTube. Now we can use that. We can use that to propagate Islam. There are thousands of Islamic propaganda channels. but it's backfiring now because that means that we also have a voice. So the critics could also publish their print their books, but now we can also.
And thank you for making your sources so readily available at our fingertips. So,
But Nuria, but the problem is, we do have masters above us in a way that who control the social media narrative. We are constantly fighting from being cancelled. Because imagine that this would be akin to banning the critics of Bibles from publishing their work after Gutenberg printing press was invented. The Christianity would not have died the way it did if if it didn't have that impact after Gutenberg's Bible. So you can't take that away, but we are always constantly fighting against it. Have a look at this one, just in this reference. So thanks, Beach, for sending this. She just sent this. Oklahoma bill would fine teachers $10,000 for teaching anything that contradicts religion.
Oh, yeah, I've read this.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Under Senator Rob Standridge's Students' Religious Belief Protection Act, subjects like LGBTQ plus issues, evolution, and the Big Bang Theory, even birth control, could be off the table. This is the United States of America. Now that's the America I don't like. Look at this dude.
Yeah.
They're the Christian Taliban. Senator Christian Taliban. So Oklahoma Republican Senator Rob Standridge has introduced a bill, I hope it doesn't turn into a law, that would allow people to sue teachers if they offer an opposing view from their religious belief held by students. But which religious belief? Then they would say, oh no! It's sorry, I can't log in now in front of you guys. We are a Christian country. Are you really though? Are you a Christian country? No, you're not. I think there are more atheists than any single Christian denomination. At least that's the case in Australia. So
Ricky Gervais has something really cool about that. I think he goes, if America was to lose like most of their free thinkers and atheists, they would lose 2% of their prison population, but 98% of the scientific board.
That's a very good point. I actually used to say that. I said, but him being a genius, articulated much better. I say, all these countries we see these, go back to your country, like all these nationalist idiots and all that. When you look at them, they're not the very people who made these countries so great.
Yeah.
America is great. Not because of its pastors and its freaking church propaganda or mega churches or Jerry Olstein. America is not great because of them. America is great because of its scientific revolution. America is great because of its scientific and technological achievements. That's what America is great for. And look at them. They're not freaking Bible-thumping idiots. They're not. So that's a very good point Ricky Gervais said. So if you get rid of all your free thinkers, get rid of your 90% of the scientific community, the people who make America great.
And not making a dent in the prison population either, because they're not really out there raping and looting, contrary to what Americans think atheists are when they lump them in with rapists.
Yeah, it's just these religious nutbags. I think they deserve ridicule, and I think that's what pisses them off. So we need to, according to this genius of a U.S. senator, we need to stop teaching evolution and stop teaching the Big Bang just because he wants to tell us that the Earth is 6,000 years old and God created Adam and Eve, just because of his fairy tales. Just, even if that was true, even then it doesn't justify it.
I know.
By the pure principles of free thinking and being able to, teach.
I would have liked that headline to have read that you get fined 10 grand for teaching anything that is like a contrary to the truth and fact and reality and science, mate. Like, why are you pandering to religion in this way? But also, Haris, I have one more news channel and then we can take calls and then we can wrap it up.
I just want to share a funny fact on that as well.
Yeah, go on.
Because you mentioned Harry Potter. There's a fatwa on that too. Fatwa number 87,230. Yes. It says, the guy goes, can one read Harry Potter books just for fun? It's not going to endanger my faith. If it does not have any impact on our ibadah, meaning on our worship or
If I
other
start worshipping
activities.
Professor Snape instead of Allah, yes.
What we know, so this is the expert saying, what we know of Harry Potter is that it's a story taken from a series of tales. It is about two magician parents who had a son who was excellent in magic. One person killed his parents. This is a serious bit.
He who
One
must not
person-
be named Voldemort.
One person killed his parents, and no, it might be true, and was trying to kill their son as well because he thought that that this son could control the world with the magic secrets he obtained. There is no benefit in reading these imaginary stories. Look at that. There's no benefit. Oh, so there is benefit in reading your imaginary stories of Muhammad flying donkey and all that bullcrap?
Yeah.
Moreover, reading such stories could cause a lot of harm to the reader, either on... Have
you seen Harry Potter, Horace?
Yeah, I saw some Harry Potter couple.
So it's like the way Dobby comes to Harry Potter is probably the way Gabriel came to Muhammad. How are they arguing their stuff is any better than this?
But look at the massive intellectualism behind their sentences. Moreover, reading such stories could cause a lot of harm, brother, to the reader.
Their own stories cause a lot of harm.
But either on long or short term, why don't you understand? Therefore, it is more appropriate for a Muslim to avoid such stories and then entertain himself by reading our stories of 72 virgins. Sorry.
Nice.
Cosmic brothels that you're going to get after death if you kill yourself by killing an infidel. Sorry, I spoke too much. And entertain himself by reading something that does not include any expected danger or harm. The Quran and its stories such as talking ants and surviving a night inside of a whale, those stories are much better.
Thrones, yeah.
Yes, those stories are much better. And the sunnah of the Prophet, like, drink camel urine, where does the sun go at night under the throne of Allah and ask for permission to come out from the east again.
Yeah.
Yes, those stories are better, and its lessons are far better than the story of Harry Potter. We ask Allah to enable us and you to perform. So Harry Potter is haram.
Honestly, this poor Muslim just wants to have some escapism and escape into some fantasy world and read one of the most wide-read books in the world, and Islam even sucks that joy out of his life with what is that, a little mini fatwa or recommendation?
Yeah. Okay, so there's a related comment. So Aaron is saying, chill out, man. There's no way that Oklahoma law wouldn't be overturned on First Amendment grounds. Burn permits aren't normally for books; they are for bonfires and gardens.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, so hang on. So they could do this, and could they not do this? Okay, when they apply for a burn permit for a bonfire, and then accidentally, oops, drop that book in there. It's like we haven't done anything illegal. So look, I mean, I hope so, man. I hope it would be. It doesn't become a law or it gets overturned. But that's just how it is. But the bigger point to note here is that how authoritarian religion is in nature. It goes against free speech. It's the same story of the guy I told you about, the guy who wants the Islamic Republic of Australia, and he says that I'm going to use free speech to ban free speech. Yeah. My religion doesn't allow free speech, but I'm going to use free speech. So that's what these guys are saying. They're imposing their worldview, their fairy tales, by using free speech. But they wouldn't allow free speech to be used against their religion. It's a conundrum. It's a contradiction.
For them, it's just a means to an end in that situation, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
If you like these videos and want to support me in my activism, then you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. Stay free, everyone.